Man, I've been working so hard behind the scenes, and if you know me well, you know that I like a lot to give back because of all the love that you guys give me on a daily basis with your comments, with your views, and it's highly, highly appreciated. And behind the scenes, I've been trying to kind of give you guys the value that hopefully you perceive in these videos as much as possible. So, there's two big news that I'd like to share in this video that hopefully is going to better your paths, your careers, and hopefully give you something to hold on to as this year comes to an end and the next year is about to start. Now, I'm going to start by saying thanks a lot for everybody that signed up to my motion capture course. We are already way over 100 students at this point, and it's a dream come true of mine to have a course that you guys enjoy out there. And I just released part 2, and once again it's been incredibly well received, and I couldn't thank you enough. And because of this, I was thinking, what else can I actually bring that adds value to animators, specifically in this day and time, in the games industry, in the animation industry in general. Now, I came up with two things that hopefully is going to help you out. The first thing is I'm participating in my very first Black Friday discount. So from today, after you see this video, if you click the link down below, you can head over to my site, and everything on the website site-wide is 25% off, including the course that I actually am selling for motion capture, also my one-on-one coaching, and also this other news that I have for you guys that is all about a workshop. So if you've been thinking about purchasing the course for motion capture, it's $199. Now with 25% discount is about $150, and I probably won't do any more of these type of discounts until next year around the same time. So if you want to grab a really good bargain, do it now. Now, the second big news that I have that I cannot wait is something a little longer, a little better, and something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is my very first workshop. Now, I've been working behind the scenes secretly because I didn't really know exactly what to do and how to do it and stuff like that. I've been learning a lot behind the scenes. And I don't know if you guys saw the news, but I actually removed my platform from one that I used before, which was called Teachable, which was really good, to another one that I think suits me better called Kajabi. And the whole reason for this was because I wanted to actually make these workshops for you guys to help you out. And the reason behind the workshops is mainly because as I was doing my one-on-one coaching for the last 2 or 3 years now, I realized that even though one-on-one coaching works really well for certain animators, there is another type of animator out there that actually likes to work as a class. Because what I found out, especially as I actually taught in other schools, is that there is something to be said about the synergy of students that come together to learn one thing. So when students come together, and there's a few of them, what happens is normally like one asks a question to me about certain things about animation or the industry or techniques, and then I go ahead and share my knowledge. But what happens is that everybody else that is in the class perhaps was not thinking about that question, but now they have that information for them at their disposal. And there's also conversations and discussions that happen as we kind of like go along and actually get the workshop going, and that felt incredibly enjoyable to me and also to the students, because it's definitely one of those things that you actually have these conversations about. Yes, I have this problem. Yes, I also have this problem. Yes, I always wonder about this problem. So let's solve the problem together. Now that we know that this is definitely a thing, and then we need to sort it out. So there was a lot of synergy when it comes to those things, and there was also certain things that I couldn't try the first time, such as getting people in groups and sorting out certain exercises and asking tough questions in an environment that is safe for us to talk amongst us, making sure that we can actually just have something that is ours for a few weeks, that we can basically do it intensely, but do it to the betterment of your skills individually. And also another thing that I wanted to do as well is spend more time with the students so we can ask more questions, have more conversations. And unfortunately, the last time that I did it, I didn't have as much time as I wanted, and I felt like I was always rushing. So top-down view of the workshop is the following. I want to make sure that I want to keep it small. I don't want to have too many students because then we end up with a problem that certain people naturally are more shy than others, and then they don't ask the questions, or we don't have time, and it ends up being the same problem that I just mentioned before. So We're gonna keep it to 10 people. And once those 10 seats actually are sold, then we're gonna like basically stop. It's gonna be sold out. And if you actually wanna attend another workshop, fingers crossed, if this one is successful, we're going to do it at a later point next year in 2025, at some point in the future. So that's basically the idea. Now, once we have those 10 people, we are gonna break down the workshop, and the workshop is gonna be 4 weeks. And in these 4 weeks, we're going to do intensely meetings twice a week, one to actually learn, ask questions, do QAs, and basically get to know more, not only about the industry, the animations, talking about interviews and work related questions. And if you already work in the industry, then what kind of things have you done differently? As you guys know, I've been in the industry for 20 plus years. I've worked in, I don't know, it must have been more than 10 studios at this point. And I've seen a lot of dynamics in different studios with different professionals. And there is a lot of questions a lot of the time about, why is this happening to me right now as an animator? Is this happening to others? So we're gonna answer a bunch of different questions in this first class in a week. So it's gonna be Tuesday, and then on Thursday, which is gonna be 2 days later, we are gonna do practical stuff, right? So we're gonna look at the showreel, at techniques and Maya, at polishing, and all kinds of stuff that we decide, that we go through, that we need to do over those 4 weeks. So those sessions are going to be 3 hours long a piece. So we're going to have 3 hours on a Tuesday, 3 hours on a Thursday, and then we're actually going to have a lot to go through. And the reason why it's 3 hours is for the same reason that I just mentioned before, which is giving you guys time, 10 people, to actually ask questions, for us to get acquainted individually with each other. So there is no shyness on the class. Everybody can talk to each other. I'm also going to pair people together so people can work closer together, especially if you have experienced and unexperienced people in the group. We're going to pair them so basically we can work with each other. And my main goal is to, by the end of the workshop, is that we feel like we've been through an experience together that actually makes us all better in the end, including myself as a teacher, as the person that is there, as the mentor. I want to make sure that I learn from you too, so I can then make the next workshop better and we can carry on going as we go. So now I'm calling this workshop Game Animation Career Accelerator. And the reason why I'm calling it that is because that's going to be a mix of actually talking about the animation side of things, but also talking about how can you break into the industry, or how can you actually make it and be successful in the industry given the market's conditions. We all know that right now things are more difficult than ever, and I want to keep it positive, but at the same time I want to be realistic with you guys to make sure that, we have a realistic sense of what's possible, but also how to get out of it. Because there's nothing worse than actually putting your head in the sand and kind of hoping for things to be better. It's much better, at least I think, for us to talk about the issues that you guys have, the problems, some of the things that you're seeing out there, and how can we overcome them together. Doing it by yourself, it's always a lonely endeavor, and it hurts and it's painful and it's horrible, and most animators out there are going about it by themselves, and there's nothing worse than that. And the amount of times that I felt like if I only had somebody to talk to, somebody that has had the experience before, that I can ask the questions, that I can basically be like, can you nudge me left or right in this question? It would have been amazing for me. And this is why I'm calling it the Accelerator workshop, because this is going to be very much animation specific. If you want to have a badass show reel with all the shots in, you actually spend a lot of time. But there's also going to be an aspect of us talking through how can you actually break through or make the most of your career going forward over the 4 weeks that we're going to spend together. Now, I specifically made the course to start in January, and the reason why is so we can start the year right, both you and me. First workshop for me, and hopefully it's going to be the year 2025 is going to be the year that you guys absolutely kill it when you actually go to this workshop and then succeed after that, because your success is my success and I'm super happy about this. So I really hope that this becomes a successful endeavor so we can all win with this. And then the idea here is that, if you actually want to get into the course and you cannot make it for whatever reason and you actually sold out on the seats, then I can put your name on a waiting list, and then hopefully at some point later in the year, I'm not too sure if it's going to be straight away after the first workshop, because I'm probably going to be exhausted, but maybe summertime or sometime in the future, I might do another workshop as well to help you guys. But The overall idea is definitely to actually help animators in these tough times as much as possible to get them unstuck from actually being in a maybe tough position right now, or maybe going around in loops, or maybe improving your work as fast as possible in 4 weeks. And basically we spend a bunch of time together so we can basically ask the questions, basically filter out the problems that you have. So by the end of the workshop, that's going to be most likely mid-February, end of February, you are going to be so ready to tackle 2025. So I hope that makes sense. There's more information about the workshop on the website down below, and make sure you click it, make sure you check it out. And just remember that the 25% off Black Friday special still applies to the workshop, even though I'm just getting started, because I do think that, you know, it's December, it's the end of the year, things are tough, Christmas is coming, so I don't think there's a better time for me to kind of like give you guys a discount on all these things. But just know that this discount, obviously next year, whenever I do it again, won't apply again. And those are the two big news that I wanted to share with you guys. It's a lot to actually digest, most likely. But if you go to the website, I tried to make the website as comprehensible as possible so you can get all the information that you want. You can find a video over there with more information about the workshop, more details that you want to get. And I hope to see you guys there. Remember, 10 slots, and then after those seats are gone, they are gone. I get to put your name on a waiting list, but they are gone until whenever I do the next workshop, which I don't know when it's going to be. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys either in the course or in the workshop at some point soon. And until then, stay well, stay safe. Peace.